this episode of Open Homes. We take a tour of this house with Dave. This future-proof home. We see behind this charming facade. A home using the latest in technology. And at the end of the show, you won't want to miss this reveal.
We felt straight at home here. Like, the environment was just so warm, and you sit down. First day we sat down here, you're just like, oh wow, this feels like home.
We going up. We take it down.
Come with us as we step inside. First up, this incredible build in Adelaide.
Right here and now. Hey.
I'm here in Adelaide to catch up with Elise and Brett. And I've got to say, Adelaide is one of my favourite spots, but I'm not here to talk about tourism. I'm here to check out a house that these guys have just finished constructing. I can look at it right now and it looks amazing. Great meeting you. Thanks for having me. I'm looking at this beautiful house here, but also I'm looking at this beach, which is stunning. How long ago did you finish this house?
Oh, this one, Dave's pretty fresh. We only finished it last week, so you could almost say the paint's still wet on the inside. Went over 2 years, so we're really happy to get it to completion, and we're really happy with the end result.
Let's talk about this front fence here. Now, I know for a fact, because I've had the same limestone, it is from Adelaide, all right? It's 2,000 years old. Now, it's not cheap, is it?
Oh, not at all. But, this type of fence is really quite fitting for this home, being by the beach and a nice sandstone front fence. If you look at some of the detail, you even find little fossilised shells inside.
I know that. I've actually got it at home, and I love it. I reckon I've seen enough out front, and there's a lot more to see inside, so why don't you take me in?
Absolutely. Let's go.
Let's do it.
Ever since you.
Not only do you have a great front facade out there, but coming in here, you can really see all the beach. You can see all these architectural elements here. I'm just trying to work out what kind of design would you call this?
Well, I would describe this as really a commercial-based design, but in a residential application. So you've got lots of concrete happening here. You've got it on the floor, you've got it on the walls. So that brings that real industrial feel, but you've got the really warm elements with the timber and the stone. The design around this home was really about being clever with the spaces and the orientation of the block. So it introduced a northern courtyard and a southern courtyard, so you can really retreat outside all year round.
Obviously, with the wind and all that, everything has to be a certain marine grade. Is that the same here?
Yeah, that's right. Everything is stainless steel fittings and fixtures. I guess with the cladding, it's all ultra, and all the windows double anodised to keep those warranties and make the house last a period of time.
Okay guys, there's a lot of features here that tell me some of the key features that you put into this home.
Yeah, Dave, well, besides what you see here, this home has got some great automation integrated in throughout. So we've got the Clipsal Wiser system. We've got a great partnership with Clipsal. This system is going to future-proof the clients for many years to come. So you've got voice activation to turn the lights on, to turn the lights off, for the blinds to come down, turn the lights on outside. It's a really great system.
Yeah, the electrician did a really good job here. Adam from NV Electrical. They were really switched on, excuse the pun, but they did a great job.
Sort of sat down with the clients, had them into our consult room and really started sort of designing it with the ClipSpec software, and basically just went through section by section, back and forth with the clients until we sort of got it to a spot where everyone was happy. Totally retrofittable into existing houses. If they had old switch gear, you basically just pull all the switch plates off, go to Clipsal Iconic, fit the Wiser. It's come up amazing. The view, the quality of the build, the detail that's in it, the way everything, works on the iPad and phone and things like that. Yeah, the clients are wrapped. It's, an amazing project.
Well guys, we are in the master bedroom here, and what a view again. So we've got master bedroom here, we've got the ensuite through here, and I know we're going for the industrial look here, like these beautiful wooden timber floors that are up here. Whose idea was this?
Yeah, well, this is a client-derived decision, and the idea of bringing a bit of timber and oak finish into this space is to bring a real good level of warmth, because, you know, we have got that industrial feel, but the timber really brings a softness to this space.
All right, what's one of your favourite things that's up here in the top level?
Oh, look, for me, it's absolutely the windows and captivating this vista, because you can look all the way to the north and you can look all the way to the south.
What is your favourite feature of the house?
Look, my favourite feature probably would be the aluminium fins we've got in that main living room next door. It was a real construction challenge, but executed really well, and I just love the feature.
Well, guys, we're in my domain here. Obviously, I'm looking at the pool here. It looks fantastic. So I'm assuming that the pool shell would have gone down before the slab went down.
Yeah, that's right, Dave. Went in before the slab, and then we just poured around it.
So BTF Constructions, how long have you guys been going for?
So we've been in business for over 15 years. So Brett and I run the business together. Brett runs the operational side of things, and I manage a lot of the client liaison, design, and also the interiors, as well as all the marketing.
Well, guys, I love the house here. Cannot wait to catch up with you guys again and see what you're building next.
Up next, we see what's behind this striking facade. Next up, we're in Queensland. We're visiting a massive 25-acre property today, located just a 30-minute drive from the Brisbane CBD.
3 shipping containers, 1 water tank, 105 insulated panels and 3,500 bricks is all it took to create this off-grid sustainable family home.
Matt, this is such a quirky space. Tell us about your design process.
Well, thanks very much, Carleen. So when we came to the site, the first time we saw it, it was quite long and elongated site we chose to put the house. So the house really needed to sort of meld into the land and make sure that it could follow the contours. So we designed this pavilion-style home, which is about 34 to 35 metres long and only about 6 to 8 metres wide all the way down.
What about the materials you've used? Because I just could see you've used a few shipping containers. What else have you used in the project?
Well, look, I think for me it's really important to make sure that when you're doing a sustainable home, you use the right materials. And obviously in Queensland, out here in the bush, it gets pretty hot. Yeah. So we want to make sure we've got plenty of insulation, and we used Bondor Insul wall panels for the walls. Solar span for the roof, and some of their other cladding products, which provided an amazing amount of insulation for the home.
So talking about sustainability, are you off the grid here?
Yes, we are. I mean, it was important to me to walk what I talk. If I'm preaching to my clients about being sustainable and living a sustainable lifestyle, I think this has been a bit of a test case for that, for us. So yeah, we're off the grid completely. We run on solar, we run on 48-volt DC, which is a battery system. Gives us about 2 days of reserve power for a family of 6, which is pretty good. Every now and then, when it gets wet or rainy, we do have to turn the generator on, but not often. And I think the benefit of that is for the cost of running power to the house here, we've really just installed a solar system. We're only 30 k's out of the city, but yet we're completely disconnected. And I often joke with the kids that we're going to survive a zombie apocalypse.
Next up, we're in Victoria.
Steph, I've got to say, this house is huge. We've got huge ceilings. I'm thinking farmhouse, but everything else is Hamptons. What style is this?
This style is definitely modern Hamptons. That's what we were trying to achieve when we designed this.
Well, you've certainly done that because this room here is absolutely massive. A house like this, how many bedrooms does it have?
We've got 6 bedrooms in this house. It's fit for a huge family.
Obviously, we've got the classic barn doors here.
We do.
6 bedrooms.
Yep.
This kitchen, I mean, this is absolutely massive.
Yes.
White on white, I keep seeing this. So this is your tone that you love?
It is a tone that I love. It is classic, but for this project, the client really wanted something a little bit different. So as you can see on the island, we have engaged a different colour on the island bench and throughout some of the other parts of the home as well. It actually took a while to pick this colour. This is custom, so we've got a lot of samples together to make it perfect. And I think it goes great with the house.
So this room here is pretty much the central part of the house.
It is,
Obviously,
yep.
we open these beautiful doors here, you come through here, you're looking at the beautiful pool out here, you've got this stonework there.
Yep.
It really makes it feel cosy as well. But the idea for the roof, was this yours? I mean, like, this is fantastic.
No, the homeowner has all the credit of the roof. So by the time I actually got involved in the project, the base of this was already designed. So as amazing as it is, I mean, look at the light that comes into this home. I work on lots of homes. I've never seen one with so much beautiful natural light that comes into the property.
Steph, I'm gonna say this, OMG, this house has everything. I've got a dog called Daryl, and I know that he'd love this because you've got a pet room.
That was really important in the design process that the owners had a pet room. They've got a cat and a dog that they worship. They've got their own little sanctuary there. They've got a wash station. They've got a place for their food. Yeah, the pets were really important.
And obviously white is the theme here.
It is.
Now you can see it flowing out, and we always say there's that indoor-outdoor feel.
Yep.
You know, this just pours out to the landscape, which is huge. Thanks for having me here today. I'm absolutely blown away.
Up next, a coastal dream home. And at the end of the show, we will reveal this stunning home. Next up, we're in Queensland.
It's always a pleasure to be here on the Sunshine Coast, and today is no exception, as we'll be checking out a stunning coastal renovation, which also features the very latest in solar panel technology. Join me as we take a look. Matt, first and foremost, thank you so much for inviting me here today. It's another beautiful sunny day on the sunny coast. I love what you've done with the home, and I know this is a renovation, so I'm curious, how much of this is original and how much of what I can see is a reno?
So it was originally a 2-storey brick home built in the 80s, and we've turned it into a modern coastal home.
Coming into the home, it certainly is a beautiful transition from the outside to the inside, especially with all these lovely curves.
We've got 5 bedrooms, we've got 4 kids, so they've all got a room each now. We've got a bunk room downstairs, so that's the sleepover room. The kids take over down there. And we've got our bedroom upstairs, which was always the reason why we bought it, was to make the most of the views out over the river and up to the north, up to Noosa.
And starting with the room downstairs, the bunk room, I mean, that is every kid's dream. They must absolutely love their own little studio.
Yeah, they love it. They've got the pool there as well. Yeah, they love being on their own and having their independence.
So I love how they all have their own neon sign.
Yeah.
Was that their choice? Was that your choice?
Nicole's choice, but the kids got to choose what it said and the colours and things like that. So they had played a part. They chose their own wallpaper as well.
And I love what you've done with the bathrooms as well. So the way they're tiled, they're super stylish, very modern. Was that your wife's idea?
That's my wife's idea. Yeah, I just create a space and she fills it.
She's done a fantastic job. So the intention really was to build a beautiful family home, one they could enjoy, now as a young child, as well as through the ages, but giving yourself that sense of space as well, knowing that those kids are going to get older, they're going to have a lot more friends, they're going to get a lot louder, and then that's why we've created that beautiful parents' retreat upstairs.
Yeah, just that little bit of separation. As the kids get older, they can have their space and we can have our space if we need it.
I can imagine in the height of summer, it can get super hot here.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, the humidity up here, it can get pretty bad. So we've got the air conditioners for that, just to take the edge off. And we put the solar on to help negate some of the power that we draw.
Well, it is such a big home as well, so trying to cool this place down in the height of summer must be astronomical. Before you went solar, can you remember how much you were paying for your electricity?
About $900 a quarter.
That's pretty significant.
It was. Since we put the solar on, we've saved about $700.
That's remarkable. Well, you've managed to fit 13.2 kilowatts of solar power on that roof, which is an absolute massive solar power system, FYI, just a normal home. But in fairness, given that you have actually got 4 kids in yourselves, that's going to serve you well over time.
It will, yeah, and it'll pay for itself in 3 or 4 years' time, and we'll reap the benefits of what we put on.
Now, you've chosen to use one of my favourite manufacturers, which is Longi Solar, as a solar panel manufacturer of choice for your roof. What led to that choice?
It's just recommended through our supplier. We've used them for probably 10, 15 years now, and I trust them, and that's who they recommend.
Well, look, they've certainly recommended you a good one, because with Longi Solar, you've actually got their back contact technology. It's a new technology. It's world-renowned for its efficiencies. I mean, the great thing about those particular panels is the cell efficiency is astronomical. So without trying to bore you too much on the jargon, 25.8% cell efficiency, which gives you a module efficiency of 23%, which essentially means on a 13.2 kilowatt system, you're producing so much more electricity per square metre than you would expect on any other solar brand. What's really cool about the brand you've actually chosen as well is the fact that those particular cells are 10% larger than a standard cell, which means they're so durable. And based upon your location so close to water, you're going to be getting smashed by the weather elements, as you know.
Yes.
Baking hot sun, wind, a whole bunch of stuff we haven't seen yet. So they will stand the test of time. On top of which, they also offer a 25-year product and performance warranty. So the fact this is your forever home, you've made the right call, Matt, because those panels literally will last as long as you probably do in this home.
Good to know.
Being up here is absolutely magical. It's super hot though, isn't it?
It is. Yeah, it's sort of end of autumn. And it was still, mid-20s. It's beautiful up here.
Oh, it's amazing. And these views are absolutely sensational.
Yeah, it's great. We sit up here in the evenings once the sun goes down, and it's a hive of activity. You've got people down the park, you've got boats going past, pontoon boats going to sit up in the corner. It's there's always something to look at.
Well, Matt, thank you so much for the tour today. It's an absolutely beautiful home. You've done such an incredible job. It's simply stunning. And the location, I don't know if I'm ever going to see one of these again. Thank you once again, I appreciate it.
Thanks for coming.
Up next, we can finally reveal this incredible home. Now we can finally reveal this incredible home in Anna Bay, located just north of Newcastle.
Karina, I was excited to come to you today. I'd looked already at some images of the house. Now, I have an idea of what farmhouse, modern farmhouse means to me, that beautiful silhouette of a barn and those sort of Scandi details, but I think you've knocked it out of the park.
As far as the layout, coming up with a design that suited a large property is probably the hardest, most difficult thing we find, as a designer. When you have confined spaces, you find that in certain aspects you're restricted, but your parameters are a lot easier.
It's a great point that you make, Graham, because I'm used to a lot of more inner city, more suburban designs where we've got these set widths of blocks. You've got a really large amount of land here. What's the size of the block?
1 hectare.
1 hectare.
10,000 square metres, yeah. Like you said, it's quite considerable.
So we love the Scandinavian architecture as well as the New Zealand barn houses. So I would just get some pictures, show Graham, and he would just design what I wanted. So I love the high gables, the black, the white, the black, and we would just bring it together.
You've got some natural timber elements, but otherwise the rest of the colour scheme, we've got this sort of almost a charcoal dark black, if you like, contrasting with an off-white. Talk me through how you placed that. And you've also got a great amount of texture on the front of the facade, which is really elevating the look of it and making it look more visually interesting.
James Hardy had a new product out and asked us would we like to use it. We did. So on the white part of the building, it's all brushed concrete, which is very textural and looks beautiful with the white. Hardy Oblique is used on the black part of the building. That had only been released in New Zealand prior, and that's where I liked that elongated, different size boards. It's a pattern without being a pattern. So when you look at it, it's big, little, big, little, whatever it is.
So you've changed the widths of the boards?
No, they're different sizes, a 300 and a 200. And I like the fact that you couldn't see a pattern when looking at it. It is a pattern, but it sort of blends in.
It makes that use of vertical line visually interesting, harking back to that Scandinavian look, I suppose.
That's right.
You decided to highlight that vertical line with the dark colour, with the black, and then keep the off-white on the more patterned board, the cladding. It does have a nice undulation, that surface. It does play nicely with light even during the day.
It does. It looks like it's nice to feel. And it was really nice to paint. We did a lot of the painting.
Good both products we found were good to work with as well. And the finishing on it came out really well.
So tell us about the floor plan.
Floor plan was to take advantage of the north facing, the living area off the front, and the kitchen is the focal of the home.
Yeah.
To me, that it needed to be large to bring the outside in.
So tell us about this amazing bath.
We were on holidays in Tasmania and Graham said, I've bought a bath. I've just bought a stone black bath online for the new build. And I said, but there's nothing black in the house. And he said, but I've just bought it, so I had to pivot. It was his way of planting the seed to change what we're having. So I had to pivot and change. So it was supposed to be mainly white. So we changed the window, had to be full height, full depth to showcase this beautiful bath that was centrepiece of this ensuite. And then the windows had to be black, because where do you put black if you just have one piece? You can't. Yeah, so the whole build pivoted around this black bath.
I really wanted black windows.
This was what you were working on.
That's right.
There was a hidden agenda.
That's right. They're easy to look after as a builder.
Yeah.
When you got whites and everything else, it's harder to keep clean. So, you know.
Well, I've got to say, I'll take my hat off to you, mate, because those black windows do give that beautiful sort of outline detail, and you picked up the dark elements on the front anyway. It looks like it's been sort of preconceived all the way along. I have never heard of a house being inspired by the bath. I think that's outstanding. But it's flowing through. I can see a dark island as well. I'm aching to go and have a look at this kitchen. Let's go and have a look at this beautiful space you've created. Now, the kitchen is important in any home, but in this particular house, it's in the centre of the home. It's a very large room, and you almost see it as you walk through the front door. So, of course, it had to be a standout.
So the kitchen is the first time we've done a two-tone, and I really love the black cockatoo, which throws a lot of green in the base. It looks like black, but it's not. It's got a really deep
A little bit, you can see it in that
you
light. I
can.
hadn't seen it until you mentioned it.
Yes, with the brush brass fittings, and I've just gone natural white on the other cupboards, all satin finish. I like the satin finish for kitchens.
This is a beautiful space to walk out into, the continuation of the raked ceilings out here into the alfresco. It just adds such a feeling of volume to what is already a big area.
Yeah, well, absolutely. And again, coming from large families and loving outdoor space, indoor, outdoor, we've linked it all here. We're big believers in getting out as much as possible. Again, the use of Hardy's Oblique and the brushed concrete products and the timber tones, we felt straight at home here. Like the environment was just so warm, and you know, you sit down. The first day we sat down here, you're just like, oh wow, this feels like home.
It's an outstanding collaboration between two people who have a passion for what they're doing.
It's been a pleasure to show you through. It's always nice to see what we created through someone else's eyes. It's been a pleasure to have you here. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. We hope you found some inspiration looking through these incredible homes and gardens. We certainly have. For more on the homes and behind the scenes, check out our Instagram and Facebook. See you next time for more Open Homes.